Well, hey there, I'm Andi Kolber, and I wanted to make a quick video to tell you about my first book, Try Softer, a fresh approach to move us out of stress, anxiety, and survival mode and into a life of connection and joy. And I wanted to share with you some of the backstory to this book and even just the title, because I think this has just been such a labor of love. And in a way, this really started as almost a love letter to my younger self. This idea that there have been so many things that I've learned, especially in the last decade, that I wish I could have given to my younger self who really had adapted to a loving but pretty significantly dysfunctional home where I had a lot of unaddressed little t trauma. And so the way that I dealt with that was by learning to white knuckle it through my life. And what that meant is that I often ignored my body, I ignored my emotions, or until they would get so big that they felt totally out of control. Or I just had no ability to stay in connection with what was really going on with myself until it felt maybe too big. And so this journey to learn to try softer really comes about as, through my experience as a therapist, particularly as a trauma-informed therapist, in learning about our bodies, how they function, and as well as integrating that with my faith and knowing that God just is crazy about us and really calls us beloved. And so Try Softer is this lens that has sort of developed about how to approach pain differently. The only template that I've ever really understood about pain, and that I think oftentimes our culture actually sells us, is that there's one way to get through pain, and that's to buckle down and you just push your way through. And I've come to learn, partly through my work with trauma, learning about our bodies, and really even just observing how God has made us, that that's not how we're meant to function. We are finite, beloved beings. And when we don't honor our limits, when we don't honor our body, there is consequences to that. And those consequences can come out in a lot of different ways. In my life, that looked like pretty significant anxiety, sometimes feeling really disconnected from people, or not knowing if people were safe, or how to interact sometimes in relationships that I really cared about. And so Try Softer has been the journey to pay compassionate attention to my own internal self. And what we know from neuroscience, and frankly, I could geek out about this all day, but I talk about this for sure in the book, but just understanding that our bodies are made to be integrated. And when we're integrated in our full self, we can sort of pay attention and observe what's going on in our body and sort of in our psyche. And as we do that, we actually get more choice over sort of what is coming up for us. So, so things that maybe have historically been really painful or difficult, we learn to interact with them differently. But often that has to start from this place of compassion and gentleness and understanding that oftentimes we are just doing the best we can with the stories we've given. And so I'm just so excited about this work, and I'm hopeful and I pray that it will be a resource to folks who are also on their own journey towards living whole and being, authentic and gentle in this world. And so I'm so grateful for to have you here, and would just love to, continue have you follow along on this journey. Thanks so much.